Good afternoon, students. We are starting with a new topic for Unit 4 of Operating System subject syllabus, that is Disk Management in Operating System, which Unit 4 is about file management and disk management, or oftenly known as device management. Under device management, we have covered what is the structure of a magnetic disk, what do you mean by disk scheduling, and we have also talked about the various types of disk scheduling algorithm. So today we are going to start with a new topic in the same series, that is disk management in operating system. The operating system is responsible for several aspects of disk management, such as disk formatting, first of all. Now, when we talk about disk formatting, what is formatting? In short, in a computer fundamentals introductory class, we were told that formatting means creation of tracks and sectors into a disk. When we purchase a new disk, or when a new disk is installed, so you cannot save your data directly onto that disk. The disk needs formatting. What do you mean by formatting? That is, in short, in a layman language, we were told that creation of tracks and sectors is known as disk formatting. That is making disk ready to save the data, to store the data. So we read it for you. I read it for you now. A new magnetic disk is a blank slate. It is just platters of magnetic recording material. Before a disk can store data, it must be divided into sectors that the disk controller can read and write from. This process is called low-level formatting or physical formatting. तो ये जो creation of tracks and sectors on the disk होता है, इस process को बोलते हैं physical formatting or low-level formatting. The low-level formatting fills the disk with a special data structure for each sector. The data structure for a sector consists of header, a data area, and a trailer. The header and trailer contains the information used by the disk controller, such as sector number and ECC, that is error correcting code. To hold the files, the operating system still needs to record its own data structure on the disk. It does so in two steps. पहला step partitioning होता है, दूसरा होता है logical formatting. Okay. So in the first step of partitioning the disk into one or more groups of cylinders, the operating system can treat each partition as though it was separate disk. मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया है, आप लोग generally अपने systems पे अगर देखें तो आपको usually C, D and E partition मिलते हैं. तो जो C, D, E partitions होते हैं, वो क्या है? They are the part of the same disk, but you treat them as three different disks. Okay. So, for instance, one partition can hold a copy of the operating system's executable code, while the other holds the user files. Usually, it is advisable कि दो partition होनी चाहिए, C and D. C में system related, operating system and application related files को save करते हैं, और D में हम user data save करते हैं, जो हम रोज का काम अपना करते हैं. So, in case my software or one of the application gets corrupted and my disk needs formatting, तो मैं पूरी डिस्क को फॉर्मेट ना करके उस पर्टिकुलर पार्टीशन को अगर फॉर्मेट करूंगी तो आई सेव माय यूजर डेटा. एल्स व्हाट विल हैपन, अगर हमारा यूजर डेटा और सिस्टम फाइल्स एक ही पार्टीशन में रहेंगे एज अ होल, तो whenever the disk is applications are corrupted, operating system files are deleted or something happens, manhandling, तो जब हम फॉर्मेटिंग करेंगे अपने सिस्टम की तो आई लूज द एंटायर कंटेंट. मैं कुछ भी काम जो पिछले 2, 4, 5, 10 साल से मैं अपने सिस्टम पे कर रही थी वो सब चला जाएगा. So this is one of the means to save the user data from being lost. So this was all about partitioning. After partitioning, logical formatting or creating of the file system. मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया, like DOS में FAT use होता है, Windows में NTFS use होता है, Unix में hierarchical file system use होता है. So depends on what operating system am I using on my computer, that will decide the logical formatting aspect of that system. Accordingly, the file structure or the file system will be created. In this step, the operating system stores the initial file system data structures onto the disk. So this was all about formatting. In disk management, the second part is, which is very important, is boot block. मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया कि bootable disk, अगर आपको याद हो, booting के time पे I was just explaining कि what is bootable disk. A disk which helps me to boot the system is known as bootable disk. A disk that stores the booting related files onto it. तो जब हम नया सिस्टम, एकदम ब्रांड न्यू सिस्टम लेते हैं और उसको ऑन करते हैं तो वो उसमें तो कुछ भी नहीं होता, इट्स टोटल ब्लैंक सिस्टम। तो वो सिस्टम कैसे बूट करेगा? तो उसके लिए एक्सटर्नल डिवाइस यूज करते हैं, मे बी अ पेन ड्राइव, फ्लॉपी ड्राइव और एन एक्सटर्नल हार्ड डिस्क विच इज बूटेबल। बूटेबल मीन्स जिसके जीरो ट्रैक के जीरो सेक्टर पर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम लोडेड होता है। So when a computer is powered or rebooted, it needs to have initial program to run. This initial program is called a bootstrap program. मैं इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Bootstrap program. It initializes all the aspects of the system. आपको याद हो अगर हमने बताया था post power on self test. Okay, तो वो एक पार्ट होता है bootstrap program का. That is from the CPU registers to device controllers and the contents of main memory, and then starts the operating system. तो bootstrap program पहले execute होता है, which runs the post activity. Once the post activity is completed, then only the operating system is set to be loaded. Okay. To do its job, bootstrap program finds the operating system kernel on the disk, loads the kernel into the memory and jumps to an initial address to begin the operating system execution. ये काम होता है bootstrap program का. Now, for most computers, the bootstrap is stored in a ROM. ROM is responsible for that. But this location is convenient because ROM needs no initialization and it is at fixed location that the processor can start executing when powered up or reset. And since ROM is read-only, it cannot be infected by any of the computer virus. The problem is that changing this bootstrap code requires changing the ROM hardware chips, which is not easy. Usually you cannot make changes to ROM. So for this reason, most system stores a tiny bootstrap loader program into the boot ROM, whose only job is to bring a full bootstrap program from the disk. The full bootstrap program can be changed easily. So this a new version is simply written onto the disk. The full bootstrap program is stored in a partition at a fixed location on the disk, and that particular location जहाँ पे ये bootstrap program stored होता है उसको बोलते हैं boot block. And the disk that has a boot partition is called a bootable disk or a system disk. I hope now the concept of bootable disk is clear. वो disk जिसमें boot block होता है, और boot block वो होता है जिसमें पूरा bootstrap program stored होता है, right? तो वो zero track का जो zero sector होता है जिसमें bootstrap program होता है वो boot block कहलाता है, और ऐसी disk जिसमें boot blocks होते हैं वो कहलाते हैं bootable disk. So this was all about what is bootable disk. This is very important as far as your exams and vivas are concerned, of course interviews. Disk formatting का एक दूसरा associated subtopic है after like disk formatting and boot block, that is bad blocks. What are bad blocks? जिसको हम usually holes भी बोलते हैं. Bad blocks वो बीच के कुछ sections होते हैं which are unfit for data storage. They are known as bad blocks. Since disks have moving parts and small tolerance, they're prone to failure. Sometimes the failure is complete and the disk needs to be replaced and its contents restored from backup media to the new disk. कई बार पूरी हार्ड डिस्क करप्ट हो जाती है, तो फिर आपको बैकअप से अपना डेटा रिट्रीव करना होता है और डिस्क चेंज करनी पड़ती है. More frequently, one or more sectors become defective. Most disks even come from the factory with bad blocks. Depending on the disk and controller in use, these blocks are handled in a variety of ways. The controller maintains a list of bad blocks on the disk. The list is initialized during the low-level formatting at the factory and is updated over the life of the disk. The controller can be told to replace each bad sector logically with one of the spare sectors. This scheme is known as sector sparing or forwarding. तो इस स्कीम में फॉरवर्डिंग या सेक्टर स्पेयरिंग में होता क्या है कि जितने भी बैड ब्लॉक्स होते हैं, बैड ब्लॉक्स आर आल्सो नोन एज होल्स. बैड ब्लॉक्स और होल्स आर दोज सेट ऑफ सेक्टर्स इन माय हार्ड डिस्क व्हिच आर अनफिट फॉर डेटा स्टोरेज. तो बीच में कई जगह क्रिएट हो जाते हैं. तो कॉन्सेप्ट इज ऑफ फॉरवर्डिंग कि आप कलेक्ट कर लीजिए और एक स्पेयर सेक्टर बना लीजिए और एक गार्बेज बिन की तरह, और वहां पे सारे बैड सेक्टर्स को कलेक्ट करके रख दीजिए, सो दैट माय the data retrieval or the disk access time is made more efficient and we can increase the throughput value of my hard disk. So children, this was all for about disk management in the first series, and I hope things are clear to you. In the next forthcoming lecture, I'll be talking about the another aspect of disk management, that is RAID. redundant array of inexpensive disk. It's again an important topic in disk management. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.